When I started trading 12 years ago, my reversal trades usually ends up as losing trades. I thought I was trading a pullback or at least a bounce up from the support level without really realizing that I was catching a falling knife. So I'm going to show you how I actually use the volume spread analysis to qualify the reversal trades so that I know that I only tag the valid trades in the trade review section. My name is Ming Jong, and as usual, welcome to my market analysis. And in this video, I will share with you the market recap during the last session and also trade review in a 3 minutes time frame, and also the market outlook together with my trading plan in the session later. Alright, so let's just get started. So as we can see in this daily chart for the S&P 500, it's last Friday. Last Friday, we have another bearish action day, but look at the spread here. The spread is relatively small compared to the past few trading days, and the volume has been decreasing slightly. So as we can see in this volume bar here. And if you recall in my video on last Friday, I do talk about potential shortening of the thrust, the downward thrust, and hence is the fading of the down momentum. Hence that I think the bull has a chance to show its worth and also prove its presence. Alright, so let me just get down to the hourly time frame and let's just have a look at what's happening in the last session on last Friday. So as you can see here, so last Friday, this is a Thursday, so just prior to the US opening session, we have a very weak rally. So that's during the non-RTH, the Globex session, during the Asian and the European London session. And subsequently, it just couldn't overcome the high of the last hour bar at about 3 a.m. In my time zone. So you can see that it just kind of touched around 33.60 and get rejected here and subsequently have a reaction down. And during the US opening session, we have seen that it actually bounced up, supported at the previous day low, but is also we couldn't have any kind of the follow through to the upside, and in fact we just have another rejection here and then followed by a relatively sharper reaction. But look at the reaction down, and eventually this reaction compared to the previous past few trading days reaction is relatively mild and probably is very similar to on Thursday level. And I think the spread is actually smaller than on Thursday as well if we compare these two reactions. So the spread here is definitely smaller than the reaction that we have seen on Thursday. And eventually we created a higher low, slightly higher low if we compare it to the low created, I think that's on Monday, on Tuesday. Yeah, there's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. Yep. So it's slightly a higher low, because what I thought was we have a chance to actually create even a lower low here, but with a bit of the shortening of the thrust. If you remember in my Friday's video, I do talk about the possibility of having this kind of the scenario so that we can actually confirm this shortening of the downward thrust, so we can let the bull have a chance to show its way up. But you can see that is slightly better than what I thought. In fact, it created a higher low despite get rejection from the last hour bar here. So we have a higher low, and this morning during the Asian session we have seen a gap up and then followed by a relatively good rally and in fact we just penetrate and commit above the previous swing high here, and also this is the previous resistance at around I think it's 3360. So I will talk more on the current market condition in the later part of the video. So before I do that, let me just get down to the 3 minutes time frame, and let me just explain a bit more on how I actually use the volume spread analysis to qualify my reversal trades, so that I don't really go through a lot of the pain and suffering to keep catching the falling knives. And wherever I trade reversal many years ago, always end up as a losing trade. So now I always use this technique, or I should say that I probably look at the volume together with the price action in order to take the kind of the reversal that I usually take. And if you guys follow me long enough, you know that usually my trades are based on the reversal at certain levels, support and resistance. And yeah, so this is quite a bread and butter trade to me. So let me just walk you through and give a bit of the context for the trades that I took during the US session. As you can see, I have already marked this up. I did miss one trade during the London session. I think there was quite a nice trade here, so I will just walk you through. So that's the Thursday section. That's a Thursday session, and just right after the end of the session, we have seen a relatively weak rally up, and in fact, we couldn't really overcome the last hour bar, the high at the last hour bar at around 3360. So that actually presented as a resistance level, and you can see that there is a trading range formed just at the resistance level at 3360. But unfortunately, we couldn't really overcome the level, and in fact we see some rejection and eventually have this kind of the localized breakdown, followed by the last point of the supply, and eventually just have this kind of the relatively sharper reaction down. So let me just zoom in a little bit here. The trade just prior to the US opening that I was hoping to trade actually was somewhere around here at around just prior to the US opening session at around 8:30 p.m. my time zone. So previously this 3360 level presented as a resistance level, but you can see that the S&P 500 just formed a trading range and with a lower high form, and eventually have this kind of the localized breakdown. So I thought that it's possible to short right after we see some kind of the rejection at this level 3360, so somewhere around here. So subsequently we have seen this is a very weak rally up and form as a last point of the supply level, and eventually I think this could be a very nice breakout trade, because it actually tested the support and resistance level, and this is a breakout trade that I usually would like to take with a relatively high winning rate, because it has tested the resistance level and also failed to rally up further. So I think this is a relatively safe breakout trade, but I just did not manage to trade that, the short trade. So that ends up as a missed trade. So you can see that right after the breakdown, we have a sign of weakness here. So this is another sign of weakness, and then followed by this kind of weak consolidation. So usually I would like to close it just prior to the US opening session, or at least close partial of my trades. So that could end up to being slightly profit or even a break-even trade if I close it here. So anyway, that was a possible trade, at least to me. But let me just zoom in here and let's talk more on how to use the volume spread analysis to trade the reversal trade I usually would like to take. Alright, so this is the US opening session at about 9:30 p.m. my time zone, and you can see that we have a reaction down and actually tested the level. This is the previous day low, about 33.26, as I already drawn here as in this orange level. So we have this reaction down and tested the level, and subsequently with this reversal bar. And what I usually do, apart from watching at the level, so this is the first criteria, need to test the level, whether it's just a temporary commit below and then go back up again, or like this is close enough, maybe just like one point or two. So I think this is close enough. But most importantly, what I would like to see is to actually justify with the volume here. So you can just take a look at this two bar first. So this is the big bearish bar, and followed by a relatively small spread bar, a bit of the doji or long leg doji, or similar like that. So we can notice that in this small spread bar we have the highest volume, but in this big spread bar here, big bearish bar, and we have slightly lower volume. So what does it tell us? It simply means that we have a lot more effort in this small spread bar to push the price down, at least to commit below the previous low here. But just look at the results. So what we have is actually a smaller spread and with little progress to the downside. In fact, we actually closed here, so the progress is even just a tiny bit here. So that actually suggests that there's presence of the demand in this bar here. This is a small spread bar, the pack with high volume, but a lot of them considered as demand here. So what I would like to see now is to have a kind of the reversal bar, which is not this. This is another small spread bar and coiling to pending a breakout or another big bullish bar, which is this bar here. So this bullish bar actually acted as a confirmation bar, and my entry was actually just right after the close of this bullish bar. So I just enter long here with anticipation to at least test the breakdown area somewhere around 33.60 or 33.55, or even if you can then go back to test the 33.60 level. You can see that we have another reaction down right after I open the long entry. So this is a reaction down and almost got stopped out here, but my stop was a bit conservative. I think it's about three points away from the low here, so wasn't actually got stopped out. And eventually you can see that I just closed my trade somewhere around here. So it actually tested this breakdown area here, and I think it's quite a logical place to close the trade. And on top of that, what I actually saw was this kind of the shortening of the thrust. So we have the shortening of the upward thrust here, suggested that demand is fading, the up momentum is fading. So I just closed it after I saw this shortening of the thrust together with the rejection tail as shown in these two bars here. All right, so this is the trade. I think it just slightly have about 1. Yeah, the reward to risk ratio is about 1.1. Not extremely profitable, but still a profitable trade, and I was satisfied. And subsequently, I think there was quite another short potential short entry right after the breakdown of this rising wedge. So the reason behind that is, first of all, we have this kind of the rising wedge. sign of weakness shown up here, and together with this wick rally up, or you can call it a bear flag. So I think the breakdown from this bear flag could be a nice entry by trading at the sign of weakness followed by a backing up action. So this is a sign of weakness trade plus the backup action with the context of the up momentum is fading with the rising wedge pattern. So depending how you manage the trade, I think you probably can just trail it and until somewhere around here, then you probably get stop out at here. So that's the up wave and followed by another reaction down. So this is another potential trade. Yep, so let me just get back to the hourly time frame and let's talk more on the current situation. So what's happening now? On last Friday, we have another attempt to push the price down, but we did not really commit below the previous swing low here. So we actually have a higher low, and if we just zoom out a little bit here, definitely I think it's a lot clearer. We have the shortening of the downward thrust, so here, and with the last attempt with this Thursday and Friday section, not able to create a lower low here. In fact, it's a higher low. So now I think the bull was given a chance to prove its presence. So now I think it's very important to see how the bullish move will behave. So we definitely need to pay a closer look at the upswing. So currently is just overcome the immediate resistance level at 33.60 or 65. So the next resistance will be around 33.80. So based on this breakdown zone, breakdown area, and also about 34.20 based on the swing high here. And if we can overcome, then definitely is the next swing high level at 34.50. So we have quite a few levels ahead, and for the bullish move, definitely I would like to see continuation to the upside to at least to break out a few levels, at least 34.80 and also 34.20. So and then we would need to judge how it actually performs, and with the kind of the reaction and also the volume as well. Alright, so my trading plan for today was actually to, well, look for the continuation to the upside. But first of all, since it has already rallied up for quite a bit, if we have a chance to catch this reaction, maybe a pullback, then I'll probably be looking at the level, at this gap level here. So that will be around 33.30. So that will be the immediate support level. Otherwise, 33.60 could be another level to look for a long entry, to see if there's kind of the price action bounce up from here on. Otherwise, I would like to see how you actually interact with the resistance level 33.80. If we can see this kind of the continuation to the upside, pullback, reverse, then I think that could be the long entry as well. Otherwise, similarly, the failure could become another entry, like for example, breaking out, fail, get back in. So that could be the short entry as well. Alright, so let's just see how it will go later. I think this is the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it and get something useful out from the video. If you like the video, just click like and also hover to my name or picture to follow me. And do remember to subscribe to my channel so that you get instant notification of my future video ideas. So as usual, if you have any kind of the comments, suggestions, or trade ideas you'd like to share with me, feel free to comment it below. I will reply to you. Thanks for watching. I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.